Dr. Ntiamoa, the post you made on DNA,
Mhm.
it has gone very viral. Everyone seems to be talking about it. Would you want to bring more clarity on the post you made?
Clarity on the post I made on DNA. Well, I, normally I wouldn't get myself involved in matters trending or matters affecting, you know, in people's spaces. But as an advocate of women's health, a global advocate of women's health for over 25 years, when I saw the discussion and I realized, I saw the angle with which it was taken, I felt that, the Bible says, where there is no knowledge, the people perish. And I felt this was going to affect a number of women and it was going to affect a number of homes. So, as fire personnel, threw more light on fire management, domestic management of fire, as security personnel throw more light on security management, as people in different fields throw light on issues pertaining their areas. I thought that, our silence would be so loud if we keep quiet in this season. So I thought of clarifying it, making, a post to educate the masses as to what, because I hear people talking about DNA. If you have a partner, you should go and check DNA. You should go and check DNA. Go and check DNA. So I made it clear to the public that DNA test is very vital, is very important, but DNA test is can not be the only test or cannot be the only reason to confirm the father of a child. The DNA test cannot be the only reason. DNA, cannot be the only test to prove that a child or a man is the father of a child or a child is, belongs to this parent or couple, because of where we have come, where medical sciences have reached, and
Can you please clarify what you meant by a lady resisting a DNA test requested by a third party may be protecting not only her own privacy but also that of her partner?
well, you see, when we talk about DNA tests, it is expected. I mean, the DNA, I call it a family or generational password. When uh, a DNA test is performed, it is expected that a child will bear the DNA of the parents. But you see, I would like to use this opportunity to educate the masses and educate the public that we have come to a point. Baby, ever be do see no. Yɛka sɛ awoɔ, where we have reached, sɛ yɛka sɛ awoɔ, sɛ yɛka sɛ obi yɛ agya, obi yɛ na, when we say conception, you know, by God's grace, medical science is able to take the sperm of, a different person or the egg of a different person to help couples who are struggling. Mmaa ne mmarima a wɔn wɔ awoɔ ano a sɛbi bi a wɔwɔ haw kakra, nneɛma nkɔ so sɛdeɛ wɔpɛ sɛ ɛkɔ no. Yɛwɔ obi wɔ hɔ a sɛdeɛ ne mmadwoa no anaasɛ ɔbɛrima no ahoɔden a ɔde wɔ no. Dɔkta wahwehwɛ mu ayɛ biribiara no nkɔ so yie. But ɛne no, awarefoɔ, ɔbaa ne ɔbɛrima etimi ɛka wɔn ti bom sɛ yɛbɛkɔ akɔfa obi ebi sɛ sɛbio ɛnɛ no yɛka sɛ obi yɛ father. When we say a father, when we say a mother, people adopt children. So fatherhood, when we talk about conception, people are able to go for donor semen or donor sperm. They take it from even an unknown person to fertilize that of the egg or the egg of the lady. And you see, this issue is of high, our culture has not reached a place or a point where these issues are discussed openly. People would talk about it freely because the acceptability we live in a very, we have not evolved much in this sense. So people keep it private, people keep it sacred, people keep it secret. And there are some of these things that are, secret between husbands and wife couples, that does not even go beyond them. There are couples who conceive, the woman may carry a pregnancy not by her egg, but by a donor egg and even a donor sperm. And you see, people even adopt, and there are people who do adoption right, after the child is born. And they do it undercover in a way that, apart from the partners, nobody might know that this child was adopted. People come out openly to say, "Oh, I adopted the child." There are a lot of adopted children, and adopted children are real children of a family. If you adopt a child, the child is, legally, yours, and you have the responsibility, full, parental responsibility. So people adopt children, people, take donor egg, people take donor sperm. And money be honey, money be wa. Sebio a warm hauntino. Obema ni timi, yefa obema fufro hunso. Na yafa oba fufro hunkusia. Na diegu tuemu na abo toa na etimi afọ munipa. Na ebi edi ato oba ne yem ama oba no etumi enyi insane. Nti no ɛnɛ no sɛ wokɔfa ɔbaa bi sɛ deɛ nti krampo na meyɛ post no na yɛm hyehyɛ me sɛ yɛwɔ ɔbaa bi wɔ hɔ a sɛbio yɛbi kɔ a ne kuna firi mu ɔbaa bi wɔ ha no yɛ kunafo. It's not even the issue at stake, because asɛm na ɛkɔ so no I don't even know much about it, but I only read the DNA matters, and I just wanted to clarify the science. As a scientist, I just wanted to clarify the science, nothing beyond the science. The substance of the matter is for the family, the court, and all their stakeholders to decide. But I got involved to clarify the science. As Mamefia would say, girls prefect. I'm the ladies president. I'm the girls prefect. And in my world, it's a world of women. And I felt that, keeping quiet on this issue where some of the people are silently dying and silently suffering will be more of a betrayal. So I made this post that a DNA test, requesting a DNA test from a lady to substantiate paternity, it must come from the man. It must come from the man. There's a proverb in Akan, say, mienu kusuma obako fonkoshe, mienu kusum. Two people living together may know how their child came about. If a man goes for a donor semen, the man may not come and tell the mother or the father that I went for a donor, unless probably they have an open culture where they talk about everything. If a lady goes for a donor egg, the lady might not come and tell the family or the people around. So if the man who is involved is the one who can request that I would want to have a DNA test for this child of ours, but a third party, I cannot tell my brother's wife that I want to check the DNA of my brother's children, unless probably the people are coming to you to take, certain responsibilities, and you have doubts, and you say that, okay, if you want me to do this, then let me be sure that this is my line. If you have any cause to suspect anything. So, the reason why I said that a third party cannot, the only party that can ask, or order a woman to do a DNA test on her child is the competent court of the land. A competent court of the land can request a DNA test. Or, if a woman is filing a process, or if a couple or a person is filing any process, immigration, administrative, the state is requesting an information, travel purposes, insurance claims, a whole lot of things which I'm sure the lawyers will be able to explain better. then one can request for a DNA test. But one cannot say that, because if a man feels a child is not his, he has the right to request for a DNA. But if the man does not request, if a man doesn't request for a DNA, an auntie, who has not been consulted for money, for help, or for any other thing, in my little knowledge, doesn't have the right to ask a woman that go. And I spoke about this not in relation to the issue probably trending, but to protect the women who have been listening to me for the past 25 years, to educate them, because the Bible says, where there is no knowledge, the people perish. So this is just a little piece of knowledge to streamline this discussion for the benefit of my lovely ladies.